$7.2 trillion. That's the number, but it's not just a statistic. It's a cash hoarding crisis. It's a scream from the vaults, a tidal wave of institutional capital that isn't running towards opportunity, it's hiding from something. This amount of money, now entombed in the money market funds, think of them as the bunkers of the financial world, where capital goes not to grow, but instead to wait. In the last 2 years alone, we've seen this mountain of cash swell by $2 trillion. For comparison, this is the part that will completely rattle your bones. It took 2 decades, from 1981 to 2001, to add that much cash the last time. Time doesn't just move forward, it collapses in crisis. We are witnessing a monumental, massive shift in the financial bloodstream. Investors are sprinting towards cash, not walking, not reallocating, sprinting. This isn't the behavior of a healthy economy. This is the blood draining from the face of a system that senses something is deadly wrong. And we've seen this pattern before, 3 times. Each time it was followed by a moment that defined a trading generation. Not just that, defined an entire financial prospects of everybody in that generation across the planet. 1999, dot-com implosion. 2007, housing collapse. 2019, the quiet before the COVID storm. Cash hoards don't predict the future. They echo the past, but more on the future next. Ask yourself, what is this wave of cash telling us this time? Is it an omen, or is it the first movement of a massive reset? Let's be clear, the mainstream view that investors are simply fearful and preparing for a collapse is lazy analysis. No, the truth is much more subtle and much more dangerous. Right now, hoarding cash pays. Risk-free yields are standing taller than entire select sectors. So why would you buy a company's future when you can just be paid to wait? There is a reason, and it's a killer reason. When capital stops flowing into innovation, into jobs, into dreams, the economy doesn't explode. It suffocates. Every single dollar parked in a money market fund is a dollar not going to R&D, to startups, to infrastructure, to your pay packet. It's a slow motion stranglehold on growth. This is why interest rates on cash, weaponized by the Federal Reserve, this is why interest rates on cash is now decoupled from the health of the economy, the people in employment, and the price of basic goods. It's the throttle or the choke on the entire financial machine. And right now, it's choking. So if we zoom out and think deeper, this isn't just about where investors are putting their money. It's about a fundamental disconnect between the real and the financial. Corporate profits up, wages flat, some stocks moonbound, groceries unaffordable. We're living in a mirage economy where numbers glow on screens, but the economic soul, the jobs, the dignity, and the progress is rotting behind the scenes. And if you're wondering, are we about to break? Here's your answer. Not yet, but the spine is cracking. Unemployment is rising. It's not a crisis, but then neither is a leak in a submarine yet. We're not in 2008. We're in a long, long corridor before that potential hit. And here's the fact that too few people are looking at. Every spike in unemployment since 1980 has been preceded by a spike in oil prices, nearly exactly 1 year beforehand. So oil rises and the economy holds its breath, and so might we. Why? Because oil is this truth serum for the markets. It reveals fragility and it tightens margins. It slices away traders' illusions. So what happens next? Well, do you remember that 7.2 trillion? That is not just capital, that is potential energy. Energy that can never be destroyed but can be transformed. It will find a release. Enter the rocky outcrop flash. Boom! And there we can see a 50% drop in that cash being hoarded. This is a proprietary indicator. It doesn't just analyze, it does. It's been backtested, proven, and it's exclusively available to members of the Rocky Outcrop Discord. It tells the story of what's coming next. It's flashing now, screaming that the sidelines won't stay quiet. That cash, it will return, but not gently. It's like a tsunami of liquidity, crashing into risk assets with a ferocity that the world has never seen before. We are not talking normal recovery. We're talking short squeezes, forced liquidations, and euphoria by detonation. But this is not the final story. This is not the next chapter even. And that's why I explain in this members-only video, linked at the top, coming up at the end of this show. It isn't clickbait. It's the truth behind the curtain. And it's ready for you. If you're ready to think 10 steps ahead, and if you've been a member before, but you aren't now, the best value is via Rocky Outcrop's Patreon. So upgrade, join us on Discord, and like, subscribe,